Cooper's role at M-Tex is already putting him in an uncomfortable position, and the tension building around him makes it clear that he's stepping on toes whether he means to or not. What's interesting is that Cooper isn't trying to be disruptive. He isn't power-hungry, and he isn't looking to challenge authority. Yet simply by being where he is, and by being tied to Tommy, land deals, and recent decisions, he's becoming a problem for people who were comfortable before he showed up. From the moment Cooper's responsibilities at M-Tex began to expand, the shift was noticeable. He stopped being just another guy in the field and started becoming someone with access, insight, and proximity to decision-making. In a company like M-Tex, that kind of movement doesn't go unnoticed. It creates anxiety among longtime employees who have survived by staying in their lane and not drawing attention to themselves. Part of the issue is perception. Cooper didn't earn his position the traditional way. His land ownership, debt situation, and relationship to key players make it easy for others to assume favoritism. Even if that perception is unfair, it sticks. In environments built on hierarchy and unwritten rules, perception often matters more than truth. Cooper walking into meetings or having Tommy's ear instantly changes how others see him and how threatened they feel. There's also resentment tied to timing. M-Tex is unstable. Jobs feel insecure. Leadership decisions are being questioned. When a company is under that much pressure, any new face with influence becomes a lightning rod. Cooper represents change at a moment when people crave certainty. That alone is enough to create friction. What makes the situation worse is that Cooper doesn't fully understand the politics yet. He's still operating from a place of honesty and instinct. He asks questions others learned long ago not to ask. He notices inconsistencies. He voices concerns without realizing whose authority he's indirectly challenging. None of this is malicious, but it's disruptive in a culture that values control and silence. Tommy's involvement only complicates things. Cooper's proximity to Tommy gives him protection, but it also paints a target on his back. Every suggestion Cooper makes gets filtered through the assumption that Tommy put him there for a reason. That creates tension not just with upper management, but with people who feel they've earned influence the hard way. There's also the uncomfortable truth that Cooper sees things others ignore. Coming from the outside, financially vulnerable, emotionally invested, and personally affected by M-Tex's decisions, he notices consequences that executives and veterans have learned to compartmentalize. When Cooper reacts to those consequences, it exposes cracks in the system. People don't like mirrors, especially when they're already afraid. This puts Cooper in a dangerous middle ground. He's not powerful enough to protect himself, but he's visible enough to threaten others. That's one of the worst positions to be in at a company like M-Tex. It's where people become scapegoats, blamed when things go wrong and forgotten when they go right. The tension around Cooper is also personal, not just professional. His relationships, especially with Ariana, make his actions feel higher stakes. When personal lives intersect with corporate decisions, boundaries blur. To others at M-Tex, Cooper doesn't just represent a coworker. He represents risk. Emotional risk, legal risk, reputational risk. Recent events only amplify this. After saving Ariana, Cooper is no longer just a quiet presence. He's a story. Stories spread fast in environments under stress. Some people will admire him. Others will see him as reckless. Either way, attention follows, and attention is dangerous in a company trying to keep control. What's tragic is that Cooper doesn't want power. He wants stability. He wants to pay his debts, protect the people he loves, and not make things worse. But Landman has consistently shown that wanting stability doesn't mean you get it. Sometimes it means you disrupt systems that depend on imbalance. Going forward, Cooper's role at M-Tex is only going to get harder. The more responsibility he's given, the more resistance he'll face. People who feel threatened will test him. Mistakes will be magnified. Loyalties will be questioned. And Tommy may eventually be forced to choose between protecting Cooper and protecting the company. Cooper stepping on toes isn't a flaw in his character. It's a symptom of a company that's already fractured. His presence exposes tension that existed long before he arrived. Whether M-Tex adapts or pushes him out will say more about the company than it ever could about Cooper. In Landman, The most dangerous people aren't always the ones who seek power. They're the ones who accidentally reveal how fragile everything already is. And right now, Cooper is doing exactly that just by showing up and trying to do the right thing.